ladies. I always like to bring you ways to make money, but I read a lot of these articles, and before I present them to you, I actually do read them. And this one is one that is a little full of ish. So I wanted to show it to you, and I wanted to give you a perspective of how you are actually able to make good money. So the reason I want to show this to you is because the headline says, I make six figures as a virtual assistant and now teach others how to do the same. Here's how I got started. So let's read this article, and you will very quickly figure out why I say that this article is full of crap. Okay, so this is a woman named Erin Booth, a virtual assistant coach based in New Orleans. Insider verified her income with documentation. All right. It says here, I started virtual assisting in 2012 after transitioning out of the film industry where I was beyond burned out from working 80 to 100-hour weeks. I was newly engaged and my priorities started to change. While I was looking for a transition, my now spouse helped me figure out that I had transferable skills from the film industry that I didn't see at the time. First of all, this is a really great thing. A lot of us do have transferable skills that we uh, can and should consider putting and directing in other places. So uh, let's continue. I've been working as a production coordinator, so I was the person running the office behind the scenes. I realized that those skills could be transferred to start my own in-person concierge business for people in film. I asked my friends in the film industry if they were in need of services like picking up groceries and doing laundry. Basically, all of the things I didn't have time for when I was in film. Everyone said yes. So that's her market research. Let's continue. But when I officially launched my assisting business, which I called Crescent City Concierge, very few people hired me. Okay, this is thing number one. A lot of people will tell you, yes, that's a good idea. Yes, that's a great idea. Girl, you should start that business. Let me tell you, the only thing that counts is who opens up their wallet or who pulls out their credit card and swipes it for you. Because a lot of people will tell you, oh, you should start this business, or you may be thinking for a while, I should start this business, I should start that business. My opinion is, unless there's like a huge amount of money that you have to spend in order to get started, or you have a lot of liability with starting that type of business, for example, if you're doing childcare or something like that, my suggestion to you is just start. If you have something like childcare or something like that, get insurance first, okay? Because anything could happen and you could end up losing, your home or things like that, your life savings. But if you're just doing regular old schmegular services, don't put a lot of thought into it. Get out there, get it moving in the marketplace, get people to start giving you money to validate that this is a good business that you should start. But this is not the reason why this article is full of crap. I want to continue with this. She says here, my light bulb moment occurred when I was working on clearing clutter out of a producer's home. And she said to me, you would probably make a killing if you did this virtually. She continues, she was absolutely right. She ended up being my first virtual assistant client, and she hired me to do a few easy personal tasks for her, like organizing her Google Drive. I realized I had a knack for it and I like to do it. After building my business from there, I now earn six figures a year from virtual assisting, coaching, and YouTube ad revenue. So you would think from the headline that she earns six figures a year just being a virtual assistant. That's not true. She earns it from virtual assisting, coaching, and YouTube ad revenue. But let's continue here because I want to show you a little bit more. She says, over the past 6 months, I've sold 300 courses through my website, and I have 35,000 active students on Udemy. So she's also saying to you she has an average of $450 a month in ad revenue from her 15,000 subscribers. So she's got a course on Udemy, and I can tell you right now that this is where she's making the bulk of her money is this course on Udemy. It is not from being a virtual assistant. How do I know that? Because she talks about it later on in this article. So she talks about, how she built the day that she liked. And then she fell into coaching in 2018 when a fellow remote worker introduced her to the edtech platform Udemy. She says here, I've since created 23 courses. The woman has 23 courses, y'all, that cost around $15 each, and she plans to make more courses. After launching courses, I recognize, she says, that some people wanted a more hands-on approach, so she started charging for one-on-one time. She says here, if a client hires me for 20 hours a month of general admin, I charge them a flat fee of $700 each month. For niche skills like social media management, I charge $100 an hour. Anything that requires me to create custom content, grow an engaged audience, or understand paid ad campaigns and analytics get a higher rate. Okay, ladies, let's do the math with this, all right? Because she's saying here she charges $35 an hour for general stuff like calendar management. She charges $700 a month for 20 hours a month of service. And she charges $100 an hour for something that's more specialized. If she were just being a virtual assistant, and she wanted to make $100,000 a year, and she were working full time, meaning that she had 40 hours a week that she was charging out, that she was billable, she wasn't taking vacation or anything like that, she would need to charge $50 an hour. So, ladies, there's no way you can charge for general calendar management and travel booking for $35 an hour and get $100,000 a year unless you're working more than 40 hours a week. And I do not suggest you work more than 40 hours a week. Okay. The second thing is that you also have to contend with the fact, as a virtual admin, that there are highly competent people in the Philippines that are charging $5 an hour, $10 an hour, $15 an hour. So you in the United States, you can build an agency as a virtual admin. There are some people who will just want to hire American, or they'll want a person who, is closer to them, or who is stateside for whatever reason. But a lot of businesses are not willing to pay the premium. Let's just say that. The third thing is, we're going to do some math here. So she has here something where she enables people to pay $700 per month for 20 hours per month. So if I take $700 and I divide it by 20 hours, that is $35 per hour. So again, for the 40 hours you're working per week, you're not going to get $100,000 per year. My suggestion to you, if you are going to start any kind of business like this, is to figure out how you could charge $100 per hour. I'm going to explain to you why. In every business that you are doing, you need to have some time aside for marketing. You need to have some time aside for engaging with new clients. You need to have some time on the side for doing administrative tasks like accounting, your own personal accounting, and things like that. So any business that I have that is a service business, or whenever I am talking with people, I always suggest that they assume that they're going to have billable hours for half time, for 20 hours a week. 20 hours a week. You also want to assume that you're going to have 2 to 4 weeks of vacation, sick time, things like that. So when you are looking at this, you want to try to find a niche where you can charge $100 per hour. You may not start off that way. You may start off at $35 an hour, but you want to, within a year, be able to bill your true rate of $100 per hour in order for you to make 6 figures. Okay. But the reason why I said this article was full of crap is because I did the math before. She makes the super majority of her money, super majority of her money as a selling her courses on Udemy. She does not make the majority of her money um, as a virtual assistant. So, alrighty then. Thank you so much, and I will see you ladies in the next video. Ladies, do you own a small business? Want to get grants for business loans, credit cards, or other types of funding? Then click my link in the description to get all the information.